Enforcement notice. Cease use of any part of the land as a restaurant or a cafe.
What? Ridiculous.
Oh, Christ.
But the biscuits.
The only part of Chadlington that quite likes you, you're going to flood.
Hello and welcome to Jeremy Clarkson's farm. We're here today to talk about the launch of the third series of Clarkson Farm on Prime Video. Assembling behind us on bales of hay, appropriately enough, are various influencers and the world's media to talk about this series, which is one of Prime Video's biggest shows. Mr. Clarkson himself will be making an appearance, and he's going to be talking about the third outing of Clarkson's Farm, which focuses on a particular animal.
I've always been fond of pigs, and I thought it would be fun to have them. And then they just died in alarming numbers, and it was very heartbreaking. I've never ever seen Lisa cry. Not once ever, until that all started unfolding. It was just terrible. And it is weird, because you love them, and you give birth to them, and you nurture them, and you feed them, and you take care of them, and you get the vet round when they're poorly, and then you kill them and eat them. And it is a strange place to be when you haven't been a farmer all your life. But we are getting better at it. We definitely are. Everything that happens, it's genuine reality television. But it's not hosted by somebody in purple spectacles with a zany jacket. You know, it's absolutely real.
I've made a big decision. I'm going to make you farm manager.
Really? Yeah, I got the promotion of farm manager. I'm sure I was farm manager for about 5 years, but you know, on paper it was last year apparently. But yeah, I mean, I think it was a really good idea, especially the competition that we had. I mean, I think you put anybody together and say, "What, you're going to compete against your friend here?" And I mean, I go straight away. I want to win. And then you go, I want to win. Yeah. But what really the competition does is it highlights how much money you have to put in as a farmer to actually then produce food for people on their table.
There was a stat. Do you mind if I get a bit boring on farming? It isn't boring. Well, not if you're a farmer. I'll give you a stat that I worked out just yesterday. So, in order to grow, well, actually, no, not in order to grow. When I grow, or we grow, wheat, okay, we get 25 pence for a kilo of wheat that we produce. Now, a kilo of wheat is enough to make one loaf of bread. Okay? So we're getting 25 pence. You're paying £1.40 in the supermarket. What's happening there? We're taking all the risk. We're the ones who are planting the seed, fertilising it, spending a fortune, working through the night, praying that the weather doesn't misbehave and it makes milling quality, otherwise it's just animal feed. We have that risk and we get 25 pence. Supermarkets are charging £1. Now, come on, making flour, you just put the thing and grind it up, that's not difficult. Making bread, they make TV shows about that, it's fun, it's easy making bread. David Cameron's got a bread oven. You know, people can make that for nothing. So why are supermarkets charging £1.40?
It is nuts, isn't it?
It's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's where farming's at these days. And those prices are set in Chicago. Well, Charlie, tell me now, isn't it? Detroit or somewhere. But anyway, it's not. We don't we don't choose how much we get. They say, this is how much you get for wheat at the moment. While I love the trailer for season 3, it does slightly give the impression it's become hobby farming, which we've tried to avoid. I mean, Kaleb's pathological. We're not. Oh, look at this little lamb we've reared on this fresh straw, and oh, look at these little hens, aren't they pretty? He's very keen that we show farming, proper farming, and we do show proper farming. So don't be fooled into thinking that because the trailer shows me hoovering blackberries off a thing that it's some.
That is something I'm never going to forget. Driving up the drive and you just hoovering ahead. I didn't even stop. You know,
I had that idea at 4 in the morning, and it works.
It actually did work.
It did work. But no, it's not hobby farming. You still see, I mean, the vast majority of the show is about big farming, proper farming. I mean, if you look around, it's a farm. It's not, you know, a little 20 acres or something.
It's not a petting zoo. Yeah.
Exactly right. It's not a petting zoo, is it?
Well, you've still got the goats.
Yes.
We should eat them.
I don't think you've seen the episode yet.
No, it's a business mind. There's a business mind on my head. What it is, so basically he's got 29 boy goats, yeah? So therefore they don't produce milk or anything like that. The only thing they're good for really is producing meat. So therefore, the business mind, hear me out. You take them to slaughter, cut them up, put them in the farm shop and sell them, and then you buy 20, 30 maybe, yeah, female goats, and you breed them, and then what happens? You get more goats to then put through the shop. And therefore you're making a bit of money.
But, because they're boy goats, they only cost a tenner.
No, they didn't cost a tenner.
They didn't cost a tenner. I'm from Yorkshire, that sort of thing matters.
No, you bought them for a tenner, and you've got to rear them, which is going to cost you 15 quid each in terms of milk powder and labour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so therefore actually you're at, what, £25 each.
Yeah.
Then you've got to feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get them to now, let's say, what are they costing you? 20p a day in food each?
But they've got lovely eyes.
They look like sheep, don't they? They're
I was going to.
And if I may know, the real reason is I had this machine in season 3 called a robo-mulcher, a yellow.
That's an amazing piece of kit.
Unbelievable. But there are 1 or 2 bits of the farm it can't get to. It's too steep and too inaccessible. So that's when I thought, I know, I shall get goats and they will do the mowing down there and we'll create probably another 10 acres of farmable land.
For the farm manager to make money from.
Exactly.
That's not a bad
This is
idea.
the sort of thing that happens over breakfast every single morning.
You can do that with 30 female goats that are in kit.
Cause and arrows with the programme and everything.
Well, I just think, you know, I don't know, yeah.
Do you regret the pig? Do you regret getting the pigs involved? Did you regret buying them? Is it now evolved into something that's working for you? How's it all going?
Well, we had a bit of a calamity again the other day, but by and large they're going quite well. I made an invention which has improved the mortality rate.
Oh yes, of course. I don't know if we can talk about that yet, but that was.
Yeah, but I mean that comes in. That's season 4.
I hope you get a cut of that.
No. I mean they're nice, but
They are nice,
they're 2 really nice lads, pig farmers. So I said, why don't we do this? And then they did it. And then I said, you have the patent, you know, because to be honest, other farmers need. And they go, well, we can give it to them, so that's good.
It reduced the mortality rate. It didn't improve it.
Yeah, that's right.
Important distinction from
You know when you were saying, do we panic when Charlie arrives on the scene?
give you a
Just
bollocking.
turn-
Give me a bollocking.
You call it Mr. No.
Yeah, and here he is, straight away with, I think you'll find it reduces rather than improves. Yeah, corrected on my English there. Thank you, Charlie. Wait till I do maths.
And what's the plan? How has it all gone? You know, what would you say to the people watching who've only seen the first 4 episodes? How did the following 4 transpire? Where do we end up? What are we allowed to say?
Well, it'll be a nice surprise for you.
Yeah.
I watched the final 4 last night because I saw that first goal go in against Chelsea and turned it off.
Was it 5-0, wasn't it?
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, it was 5-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's just remember the last time Chelsea played Man U. Oh, I remember. No, you lost in the final 2 minutes.
Weather's lovely today, isn't it?
No, so I watched the final 4 last night. I won't spoil it for you. It's lovely. I think it's a very, very heartwarming programme. I think it ticks every single box television should tick.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's informative, it's charming, and it's heartwarming. It's a very nice way of spending your time is watching that show, I think.